Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Caitlyn, and we'll be continuing our journey through the Targon adventure from the Nightmares campaign. Yeah, if you haven't caught up on the last video from yesterday, we've completed the first map. We have been finding some moderate amount of success. We have been able to stall out most of the opponent's attacks and destroy most of their board thanks to the traps from Caitlyn and her powers. Hopefully things will continue going well for us. I think the Heart of the Fluffed encounter is going to be a problem because we struggle dealing with large single units instead of whiteboards. Hopefully we'll draft something that helps on that front. None of these help with that though. Do I reroll? I guess I have to reroll here. Okay, this is a way to get rid of the threat from the Heart of the Fluffed. I guess I'll pick it up. Just have access to a slow speed stun whenever I want. It could be worse. What path do I want to go towards? Jhin and Annie, Draven and Jinx. We have the Hold It to stall out one unit every turn. But I still feel like we have a better chance at winning against Annie and Jhin. Yeah, let's go for the top path. Okay, so we mulligan aggressively for Caitlyn. We try to keep as little units on the board as possible. I think I have to cut the Justice Rider eventually. It seems like the weakest card in my deck. Whenever the opponent places spell or skill, or whenever the foe stuns an enemy, give the foe's strongest unit +2/+1. I'll play the Caitlyn, then he plays something here. Okay, he stuns the Caitlyn. This is not the best use of this unit, but I have to get rid of one of the opponent's units to prevent the buff. Never mind. I guess everything gets +1/+1 in a random keyword. That's the worst case scenario, and we don't even hit a trap. Can do 1 into 3 or 2 into 2. I can deal 3 damage twice. I think I'll do 2 into another 2. Ooh, that's a good draw.
If you do not have a part to play, take one.
Damn it. The opponent's going to stun the unit that can block the Plunder Poro. And he removed the one unit I could kill with the Piltover Peacemaker.
I will make this right.
I'll just let him attack like this, I guess. And I'll do this. I have a second Caitlyn in hand. I can do this, prevent the damage. Yeah, sure. I feel like this is fine. Ooh, we got lucky and buffed up Caitlyn enough to keep her alive. That's incredible. I was perfectly fine with Caitlyn dying there, and I just play another Caitlyn next turn from hand.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
Let's say send the whole lifesteal unit. It's just perma-stunning the Caitlyn. I am getting no attacks off with her.
Courage masks the heart from fear.
Right, we get a discount from the Collect Your Bounty. I guess I'll cycle the Aloof Travelers.
I dropped everything.
Nothing. In that case, I'll do Shallow Siren. Advanced Intel, and then I just attack with our elusives. I could attack with the Poro. Let's attack with the Poro. Let's maximize the amount of Flash Bomb traps we shuffle in and the damage we deal. It's not that much thanks to the extra plating. But now that it's gone, we should be able to close out the game quickly. Let's do Ava at Shiver. Guess we'll do Ace in the Hole just for the 10 damage. Still nothing. Guess I'm doing justice rather than.
Just outside the station.
Stay on 'em. Backup's on the way.
I just don't feel like the one extra Flash Bomb trap whenever the opponent draws a card is that relevant. And now the opponent dies. There are so many traps, yeah, Caitlyn's doing a billion damage. Even if he stunned the Caitlyn, I still had more than enough damage. We took a bit of damage, but all things considered, it wasn't too bad. Bakali Barkeep. Ooh. Cost reduced Shallow Siren. I was considering cutting that from the deck as well, but with the cost reduction it might be worth it to keep it around. Not sure. Mana Soul Student. Let's hope the opponent doesn't deal too much damage over the top. I'm going to need the help against the Jhin and Dany. So hopefully we draw Caitlyn, perfect. We can go Caitlyn Shallow Siren.
News from the Undercity
The opponent might have removal actually.
Should pay off nicely.
Okay, no. Instead got unlucky and drew Ravenbloom Observatory or Conservatory.
Stay out of my way.
And he decided to override it for some reason. The opponent's making some interesting decisions.
Let's investigate.
Pull here. Guess I'll kill this unit. This shuffles the maximum amount of Flash Bomb traps as possible. Guess I can do this as well. Not really feeling the value on keeping the Mana Soul Student around. This increases the likelihood of our Flash Bomb traps hitting one of these 3 units. Actually no, because the opponent gets a full board at the start anyway.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
Still, without that unit around, we were able to kill 2 of the Mana Souls.
More than magic to make a great mage, kid.
I know. It takes might.
Let's get rid of that right away, prevent the burning as much as possible. And with the damage dealt, we can
Not exactly.
actually do double Ava at Shiver.
Vandal Scout recruit Ava, ready to learn.
The opponent doesn't even bother attacking. Interesting decision. He could have gone for the attack with the Spell Slinger and I'd be forced to block. Just in case, I want to play the second Ava, so just in case I'm going to Guile there to deny the attack with the Spell Slinger. Ooh, that's a lot of Flash Bomb traps I have in the opponent's deck. Or that I procced right there. But yeah, there's a lot in the opponent's deck. Considering the amount of cards he has. When I'm summoner, traps on the enemy cards are doubled when activated. Now that I think about it, that's incredibly good with our X-Tech rifle, because every single one that doesn't hit anything at all just ends up being shuffled
Scoping the
back
area.
into the opponent's deck. So we're actually able to increase the amount of flash bomb traps the opponent has in the deck.
What good's power if you're not gonna use it?
Oh, let's do Zoe, Sheriff of Piltover. And if the opponent gets unlucky, this just... No, it doesn't kill him because of the tough. Actually, no, it deals the exact amount of damage, even through the tough and the extrapolating damage reduction.
Closed.
We're getting through everything extremely quickly. At least on this first part. All of these are atrocious. I guess I'll get the Proud Purveyor just because it gives me a spell. That can be good. Definitely stocking up on rerolls here. 5 rerolls should do. I'll save the money so that I can cut some cards after this encounter. Haney and Jhin. You know what? I'll keep double Shallow Siren. Luden's Tempest. No traps. Let's pass. I want the opponent, yeah, to place something.
Runeterra, Annie. Hey, Tibbers.
He might play something again. Yeah, I want him to get all of these out of his hand
Hey, Tibbers.
so that I can safely play the Caitlyn and the Shallow Sirens. We play double Shallow Siren, then we drop down the Advanced Intel and we hit a bunch of Flash Bomb traps
Securing the perimeter.
off of the Terrify. Yeah, just like that. And then,
Let's investigate.
does this give the opponent... Yes, it gives him a bunch of... Blade's Edge, but the Blade's Edge cost 1, right? I can check. I'm pretty sure they cost 1. But the extra damage... I can't attack like so. I think the Blade's Edge have enough damage thanks to the double Luden's Tempest. They have enough damage to kill the Caitlyn, even a single one. It's fine though. We softened up the Annie so that a single Flash Bomb trap could kill her. Jhin got killed by Flash Bomb traps as well. We can now just ace in the hole the Annie. We play Neva Achiever for free. And then we double up with a second one. That's a bunch of damage on the pirouette. Good thing we decided not to attack and give the opponent a bunch of Blade's Edge while the two champions were on the field. The Caitlyn just killed the opponent, 56 damage. That's a very good question, let's see. No, we don't instantly kill the opponent. We'll need Dace in the hole to do that. Okay, the opponent just lets us kill him, I guess. Wait. For a second I was worried because I thought the opponent would kill me with the Blade's Edges,
Satisfactory outcome.
dealing 3 each, but yeah, even he had like 6 in hand. 6 times 3 is 12, 18. He still wouldn't have had enough damage, so I was worried for no reason. Yeah, I guess more Shallow Siren. Might be able to go for Caitlyn and a bunch of it. Definitely cutting the Justice Rider. And the Proud Purveyor. How many cards do I have in deck? 35. I'm tempted to cut the... Oh no, I can't cut anything else. I guess we're leaving then. Healer. Or a shop. Item chest, rekindler. We're going to struggle with the burn. From the buff caps. Sump Monument. The bottom path might be easier. And it gives me another card cut encounter. Do I need a card cut? Honestly, I think my deck's fine. Maybe cut the House Womp. Just because it exists just to shuffle 2 Flash Moon traps, actually 4, and 2 bodies, and gives us 2 bodies for a turn. I think I'm going for the top path and using the money I have to buy a rare power at the shop. I think that's the correct choice. We don't want any of these. I want Caitlyn and Shallow Sirens. Got the Caitlyn. Unfortunately, we're missing on the Shallow Sirens. We got one. What does the opponent have? A bunch of buff cap stuff in Bandle City. Bandle City removal, maybe. Let's just drop down the Caitlyn. If I mess up, I'm going to be sad, but it is what it is. Ava Achiever. Right off the top. It's a bit unfortunate. Well, at least I can do this. Keep the opponent's board under control. Shuffle a bunch of Flash Bomb traps into the opponent's deck. Ooh, right, the damage. With the damage done, I can get rid of the F8 Shiver right away. It's perfect. Now I don't have to worry about taking a billion damage from Puff Caps empowered by the Ava Shiver.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
I can actually do Ace in the Hold Officer Squad here if I want to. I'm going to do it. Get rid of one of the opponent's threats on the board. And that's actually pretty threatening. Unfortunate part... Okay, I was about to say the unfortunate part is that I have nothing to do after I play the Officer Squad, but this is fine. We trade that in. We can... we'll just... Yeah, we'll set up the Zoe. Next turn we'll do Sheriff of Piltover. And then we can force the opponent to draw a bunch of cards. Making it so... Caitlyn deals a billion damage. Two damage to my Nexus. I'm actually going to Ace in the Hole right away. Passes priority back to the opponent. He passes back to me again. Is this enough to kill him? No. Well then, I guess you're drawing 3, opponent. Just so I can deal more damage with the Caitlyn. You know what? Draw more, opponent. Now this should be enough. Yeah. thanks to all the procs from the flash bomb traps, the Caitlyn damage goes up enough to go through the extra plating. I think decks that specialize in small instances of cheap damage might struggle against a lot against the extra plating. Phantom Pranks. Do I want that? I guess. I was just talking about it. This does nothing when the extra plating is on the field, but once it's off the field, it becomes a way to proc the collect your bounty. So sure, it's a sort of just in case type of power. You know what? We might actually have a favorable matchup against the Sump Monument because of our power to proc the traps thrice. Yeah, your traps deal triple damage. We might just be able to kill the opponent with the flash bomb traps and the puff caps as well. Let's pass. I want the opponent to get rid of any possible interaction he might have.
One step ahead.
Do this, I suppose. Doesn't deal damage to the opponent though, so I can't follow it up with anything. That's a bit unfortunate, but I doubt the opponent has another 1-drop. Okay, he has another 1-drop, but he can't fill up the board, so we deny the
Closing in on the mark.
board wide buff. Let's do this in the hole here. The stinky wumps are going to get shuffled back into my deck. That's a problem. Let's just stun there. If he wants to attack me with that wump, I'll gladly deal 3 to it. Maybe I should have done this first to deny the 5 extra buff caps, but I wasn't sure if the opponent was going to attack or not. Yes, 15 buff caps on the deck. Surely he draws some eventually. Just deal damage there. Keep shuffling more buff caps into the opponent's deck. Sting Officer, sure. And now we have a discard fodder for the Species Catcher. Just attack with everything. Shuffle as many bombs as possible. Also get some buff caps in there. 50. If we get lucky, we might kill the opponent next turn. The extra plating's gone. Okay, no killing the opponent. But we dealt a considerable amount of damage. Let's do double agent, ace in the hole. $99 buff caps in the opponent's deck. Come on! Draw 25 buff caps. Actually, it doesn't need to draw 25. Yeah, just 4 deal 12. Let's do Flash Bomb Peddler. I'm going to try and close out the game this turn. Yeah, that's fine. Can do this. Shuffle as many flash bomb traps into the opponent's deck as possible. Do the same thing with buff caps.
Yeah, that's a pretty sparkle play.
And then I use the draw effect from the double agent combined with the Caitlyn to try and deal a bunch of damage to the opponent.
Might help.
Or I might just draw a bunch of buff caps for the opponent and kill him. Yeah, just like that. Caitlyn didn't even need to hit.
Another criminal court, another case closed.
Now we just faced off against two encounters that relied on buff caps to deal damage to our Nexus. But Swain and Teemo is an entirely different can of worms. This makes playing the Sheriff of Piltover a bit better, so sure. Before it was 2 mana do nothing, now it's 2 mana, the opponent also loses a card. So it's not as... it doesn't feel as bad to play. Definitely keeping the Shallow Siren, hopefully I draw a Caitlyn as well. There she is. Team levels up instantly. Swain is perma-stunned, at least for now.
Success is planting your mushrooms right.
The fact that Teemo has Spell Shield is annoying. Oh, there goes the Teemo. Swain's Ravenous Flock. Do I drop down the Caitlyn right away? Let's try and bait something out of the opponent. X-Core Foundry. Does he have another play for 3 mana? Does he have removal for 3 mana? He might have. Okay, with 2 mana I think it's reasonable to assume that the opponent doesn't have anything to remove the units on my board. Yeah, so I can safely do this. Then I
Let's investigate.
get rid of this unit, attack with the other 2. This just needs to strike, yeah, it doesn't need to deal Nexus damage to get the flash bomb traps in. Surely we get rid of the Swain this turn. We can get rid of him with the
Makes perfect.
ace in the hole. Ouch. Okay, never mind, we don't need the ace in the hole. Opponent's just proccing all of his flash bomb traps. This might be better for me than it is for him. Let's do 1 here, just in case the opponent feels like drawing a bunch of cards. This makes it so our flash bomb traps actually get multiplied whenever the opponent doesn't get hit on all of them.
You never.
Drop down the Shallow Siren. Are you going to play anything else, opponent?
I have my orders.
Let's do Zoe. It gives us a Sheriff of Piltover,
Another day in the
which I'll gladly use to discard a card from the opponent's hand. There goes the Swain. Guess I'll do ace in the hole for free. Just get rid of one of the opponent's spell shield.
never know what hit 'em.
We denied the hit on the Teemo. He still gets 4 buff caps in though, because of the Mischief Maker's Flute. Wait. The Teemo by default has spell shield from the Mischief Maker's Flute, but they still gave him Warding's Charm. That's extremely redundant. I don't know why they would do that, but sure. We lost one Shallow Siren. Can I kill here? No. In that case, let's do Sting Officer.
Close in on this location.
If the opponent plays something big, yeah, like Swain, we'll just ace in the hole. And then I'll do tilt over Peacemaker.
Peacemaker
Caitlyn probably dies next turn from the... Actually, no, it doesn't die next turn from the effect of the Glacial Storm because we rolled regeneration on her. Guess I can do this. Attack with everything. Keep shuffling more Flash Bomb traps into the opponent's deck. The opponent's just never going to have a board. You know what? Yeah. Have some more cards, opponent. I think you need them. 65 Flash Bomb traps in 14 cards. But I am dying to the puff caps.
You dropped something.
If things continue like this, I might just die because the opponent's forcing me to draw a bunch.
You never.
I've memorized all the battle stuff.
Can you attack into me, opponent? Caitlyn will, yeah, strike for 96 damage. If I survive the next turn, I win. Does the opponent know that? Is that why he's trying as hard as he can to shuffle as many puff caps into my deck? So that the odds of me dying next turn increase. Can I find some healing somewhere? Let's do Mr. Thrift. I'll pass. Please don't kill me with puff caps. There's 65 in my deck right now. The opponent's board is gone. Just one? Really? Okay, 6. That's more in line with what I expected. Hopefully the opponent lets this damage go through. Please don't stun Caitlyn. He kills Caitlyn instead. I can try to... No, I can't. I was about to say I can try to give Caitlyn some form of protection. But I can't. I just have to let Caitlyn die. I was planning on using the built over pacemakers to give Caitlyn an item, but the item wouldn't go for Caitlyn, it would go onto the Aloof Travelers, because the Aloof Travelers have a higher attack value.
hot on the trail.
I would like it if the opponent actually killed one of my units. Probably won't. Oh, we got lucky and we hit the crit. I was going to ace in the hole and use the officer to hopefully force the opponent into drawing a bunch of puff caps, and that would be what kills him. Or if he would die from decking out because I knew he had a small amount of cards in the deck. Turns out it wasn't necessary. Yeah, I'm definitely giving Spell Shield and Regeneration to the Caitlyn. Oh, how long has this been? It's about time we wrap this up. So yeah, that will be it for today. Tune in next time for the conclusion of this run. Goodbye. Till then.